The gleaming space station, Horizon, orbited Earth, its sleek curves reflecting the golden sunlight. Inside, Commander Ava Chen stood at the panoramic window, her dark eyes scanning the vastness of space. The year was 500 in 2024, and humanity had come a long way. Ava's gaze fell on the blue marble below, Earth, now a paradise compared to the polluted world of 500,000 years ago. Forests covered most land masses, and the ocean sparkled with life. It was hard to imagine that once, humans worried about climate change and overpopulation. A soft beep from her wrist computer broke her thoughts. "Commander, the Stellar Vanguard is ready for your inspection," a voice announced. Ava nodded, even though no one could see her. "On my way," she replied, turning from the window. Her steps echoed in the empty corridor as she made her way to the docking bay. The doors slid open, revealing a massive hangar. There, floating in a sea of stars, was Earth's pride, the Stellar Vanguard. The ship was huge, easily the size of an ancient city. Its silver hull gleamed under the station's lights, hiding the incredible technology within. Captain Zura Khan stood at attention near the boarding ramp. Her dark skin contrasted with her white uniform, and her eyes sparkled with excitement. "Commander Chen, welcome aboard," she said, saluting. Ava returned the salute. "At ease, Captain. Show me what this beauty can do." As they walked through the ship, Zura explained its features. "We have the latest in quantum drives, allowing us to cross galaxies in weeks instead of years. Our shields can withstand the heat of a dying star. And our weapons, well, let's just say they pack quite a punch." Ava nodded, impressed. The ship was a testament to human ingenuity. "And the crew? The best Earth has to offer, ma'am. Scientists, soldiers, diplomats. We're ready for anything the universe might throw at us." They reached the bridge, a large room filled with holographic displays and control panels. The crew stood at attention. A mix of humans and AIs in human form. Ava could hardly tell the difference anymore. "At ease," Ava said, looking around. "You all know your mission. You're to explore beyond our known space, make contact with alien civilizations, and represent Earth to the galaxy." A young officer raised her hand. "Commander, what if we encounter hostile aliens?" Ava's face grew serious. "We hope for peace, but we're prepared for war. The Stellar Vanguard is more than capable of defending itself and Earth." She turned to face the main view screen, which showed the vast expanse of space waiting for them. "You carry the hopes and dreams of humanity with you. For 500,000 years, we've looked to the stars and wondered what's out there. Now, we'll finally know." Zara stepped forward. "Crew, to your stations. Prepare for departure." As the crew bustled around them, Ava placed a hand on Zora's shoulder. "The fate of Earth rests in your hands, Captain. Make us proud." Zora nodded, her eyes shining with determination. "We won't let you down, Commander." Ava left the bridge, making her way back to the airlock. As she stepped onto the station, she turned for one last look at the magnificent ship. The Stellar Vanguard's engines glowed blue, ready to carry humanity into a new era. With a flash of light, the ship vanished into the quantum stream. Ava watched the empty space where it had been, her heart full of hope and worry. "Good luck," she whispered, "and Godspeed." As Ava walked back to her office, she couldn't help but wonder what the Stellar Vanguard would find out there. Would they encounter friendly aliens eager to share knowledge? Or would they face dangers beyond imagination? Only time would tell. For now, all of Earth held its breath, waiting for news from the stars. The greatest adventure in human history had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The Stellar Vanguard emerged from the quantum stream with a flash of blue light. Captain Zura Khan stood on the bridge, her eyes wide as she took in the view on the main screen. Before them lay an alien solar system, its green sun casting an eerie glow on the ship. "Status report," Zara ordered, her voice steady despite her racing heart. Lieutenant Raj Patel, the ship's science officer, spoke up. "Captain, we've arrived in an unknown system. The star is unlike anything we've seen before. There are 7 planets, and the third one shows signs of life." Zara nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "Any signs of advanced technology?" "Yes, Captain," Raj replied. "We're picking up artificial structures on the third planet and what appears to be a space station in orbit." The crew waited in tense silence as Zara considered their next move. This was it. Humanity's first contact with an alien civilization. Everything depended on what happened next. "Communications," Zara said, turning to a young woman with bright red hair. "Prepare a greeting in all known languages. Let's hope they understand at least one of them." As the crew worked, an alarm suddenly blared through the ship. "Captain," shouted the tactical officer, "we've got multiple objects approaching at high speed." On the screen, dozens of small ships appeared, heading straight for the stellar vanguard. They were sleek and purple, shaped like arrowheads. "Shields up," Zara commanded. "But do not, I repeat, do not fire unless I give the order." The alien ships surrounded the stellar vanguard, their weapons charged but not firing. The bridge was silent, everyone holding their breath. Suddenly, the main screen flickered to life. An alien face appeared, its skin a pale blue and its eyes large and black. It had no nose, just 2 small breathing holes, and its mouth was a thin line. The alien spoke, its voice a series of clicks and whistles. The ship's computer worked frantically to translate. "Unknown vessel." The translation came through. "You have entered Zarkon space. Identify yourself or be destroyed." Zara stepped forward, her chin held high. "I am Captain Zara Khan of the Earth ship Stellar Vanguard. We come in peace, seeking friendship and knowledge." The alien's eyes widened at the word Earth. It turned to speak to someone off-screen, its movements quick and agitated. When it faced the camera again, its tone had changed. "Earth vessel, you will follow us to our space station. Any hostile action will result in your immediate destruction." As the screen went dark, the crew turned to Zara. She could see the fear in their eyes, but also trust. They were ready to follow her lead, whatever she decided. "Helm," Zara said calmly, "follow their lead. Tactical, keep shields up but weapons powered down. Let's show them we mean what we say about peace." The Stellar Vanguard moved slowly, surrounded by the alien fleet. As they approached the space station, its size became clear. It was massive, easily dwarfing Earth's largest stations. "Look at that architecture," Raj whispered in awe. "The materials, the design. They're centuries ahead of us in some areas." Zara nodded, a mix of excitement and worry in her stomach. Humanity had dreamed of this moment for 500,000 years, but now that it was here, she realized how unprepared they truly were. As the ship docked with the alien station, Zara turned to her crew. "Remember your training. We're not just explorers now, we're diplomats. The future of Earth depends on what happens here." The airlock hissed open, revealing a corridor lined with armed alien guards. Their weapons were like nothing Zara had ever seen, glowing with an inner light. Taking a deep breath, Zara stepped forward. This was it, the moment that would change the course of human history forever. With her head held high, she led her team into the unknown, ready to face whatever the galaxy had in store for them. Captain Zara Khan and her team walked down the alien corridor, their footsteps echoing in the strange metallic hallway. The air smelled different here, like a mix of ozone and something sweet. The walls pulsed with a faint blue light, giving everything an otherworldly glow. As they entered a large, circular room, Zora's eyes widened. The ceiling was a dome of what looked like liquid stars, swirling and shifting in mesmerizing patterns. In the center stood a group of the blue-skinned aliens, their black eyes fixed on the humans. One alien stepped forward. It was taller than the others, with intricate silver markings on its face. When it spoke, the humans' translation devices buzzed to life. "I am High Commander Zix of the Zarkon Empire," the alien said. "Your presence here is unexpected. Zara bowed slightly, remembering her diplomatic training. High Commander, I am Captain Zora Khan of Earth. We come seeking peaceful contact and shared knowledge. Zix's eyes narrowed. Earth? We know of Earth. It was a primitive world when we last observed it, barely able to reach its own moon. How did you achieve this level of technology so quickly? Zara exchanged glances with her team. This was unexpected. High Commander, may I ask when you last observed Earth? By your time measurement, approximately 500,000 years ago, Zix replied. A gasp went through the human team. Raj, the science officer, stepped forward. Sir, with respect, that's impossible. Our records show no contact with alien life before now. Zix made a sound that might have been a laugh. Young ones, the galaxy is old and full of secrets. Your ancestors were not ready for the truth, so we chose to watch from afar. Zara's mind raced. This changed everything they thought they knew about human history, but she had a mission to focus on. High Commander, much has changed on Earth. We've overcome many challenges and grown as a species. We're here now, ready to join the galactic community. Zix studied them for a long moment. Perhaps. But first, you must prove yourselves worthy. We cannot risk the balance of the galaxy for an upstart race. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the station. A young Zarkon rushed into the room, its movements frantic. High Commander, the Voidborn have breached the outer defenses. Zix's face paled, if that was possible for a blue-skinned alien. Impossible. They were contained in the dark sector. Zara stepped forward. High Commander, we don't know what's happening, but we're willing to help. Our ship is advanced and our crew is well trained. Zix looked at Zara, conflict clear in its alien features. Finally, it nodded. Very well, Earth Captain. Show us what you can do. If you help us repel this attack, we will consider your request for alliance. As if on cue, the station shook violently. Through the windows, Zara saw dark, shapeless masses moving through space, attacking Zarkon ships with tentacles of pure darkness. Back to the stellar vanguard, Zara ordered her team. Turning to Zix, she added, We'll coordinate with your forces. Together, we stand a better chance. As they raced back to their ship, Raj spoke up. Captain, what are these Voidborn? Zara shook her head. I don't know, but they're a threat to both us and the Zarkon. This is our chance to prove ourselves. They reached the stellar vanguard just as another wave of Voidborn attacked the station. Zara took her place on the bridge, her voice calm despite the chaos around them. All hands to battle stations, she commanded. Weapons online, shields at maximum. Let's show these Voidborn and the Zarkon what Earth can do. As the stellar vanguard moved into position, joining the Zarkon fleet against the mysterious enemy, Zara couldn't help but think about how quickly their mission had changed. They came seeking peace and found war. But in this battle lay the opportunity to forge an alliance and secure humanity's place among the stars. The ship's weapons charged, ready to fire into the oncoming darkness. Whatever these Voidborn were, the crew of the stellar vanguard was ready to face them. The fate of Earth and their new potential allies hung in the balance. Zara's voice rang out clear and strong. Fire at will. The stellar vanguard's weapons blazed to life, sending streaks of brilliant energy into the void. The dark masses of the Voidborn twisted and writhed as the beams hit them. Zara watched in amazement as the creatures seemed to absorb the energy, growing larger. Captain, Raj shouted over the noise of battle. Our weapons aren't hurting them. They're feeding on the energy. Zara's mind raced. If energy weapons didn't work, what would? She opened a channel to the Zarkon fleet. High Commander Zix, our weapons are ineffective. Do you have any information on how to fight these creatures? Zix's voice crackled through the speakers. Negative, Earth Captain. The Voidborn were sealed away eons ago. We've never had to fight them directly. As Zara considered their options, a voidborn tendril slammed into the ship's shields. The entire bridge shook, and warning lights flashed across the control panels. Shields at 60% and dropping. The tactical officer reported. Zara gripped her chair tightly. They needed a new strategy, and fast. Suddenly, an idea struck her. Raj, what if we reverse the polarity of our shields? Instead of keeping energy out, we make them push energy away. Raj's eyes widened. It's risky, Captain. We'd be vulnerable to physical attacks. But it might work against these energy-based creatures. Do it, Zara ordered. She then turned to communications. Relay the plan to the Zarkon ships. Tell them to fall back behind us once we've made the change. As Raj worked furiously at his console, the space around them lit up with explosions. Zarkon ships were falling to the voidborn assault, their crews evacuating in escape pods. Shields reconfigured, Captain, Raj announced. Zara took a deep breath. All power to shields. Move us into the center of the voidborn swarm. The crew looked at her in shock, but followed orders. The stellar vanguard plunged into the heart of the battle, voidborn tendrils whipping around them. Now, Zora shouted. The ship's shields flared to life, not as a protective bubble, but as a burst of outward energy. The voidborn nearest to them shrieked, a sound that echoed through space itself, and began to shrink. It's working, Raj exclaimed. The reversed shields are pushing the energy out of the voidborn. They're starving. Zara allowed herself a small smile. Send the data to the Zarkon ships. Tell them to modify their shields and join us. One by one, the alien ships changed their shields and pushed into the fight. The tide of battle began to turn as the voidborn, unable to feed on the energy weapons or ship systems, started to shrink and fade. But victory wouldn't come easy. As the voidborn weakened, they grew desperate. A massive tendril, larger than any they'd seen before, rose up from the swarm and headed straight for the stellar vanguard. Brace for impact, Zara yelled. The tendril struck the ship with incredible force. Systems sparked and failed across the bridge. Zara was thrown from her chair, landing hard on the floor. As she struggled to her feet, she saw the main view screen crack, showing the chaos of battle. The voidborn were retreating, but the stellar vanguard was badly damaged. Report, she called out, tasting blood in her mouth. Multiple hull breaches, the tactical officer responded, his voice shaky. Life support is failing on decks 3 through 7. Engine output at 30%. Zara steadied herself against a console. They had won the battle, but at a great cost. She opened a channel to the entire ship. This is the captain. All hands, begin emergency repairs. Medical teams to all affected areas. As the crew rushed to action, a transmission came through from the Zarkon command ship. High Commander Zix's face appeared on the screen, its alien features showing what Zora thought might be respect. Earth Captain, Zix said, your quick thinking and bravery have saved us all. The Zarkon owe you a debt. Perhaps it is time we welcomed you to the galactic community. Zara nodded, too tired to speak. As the adrenaline faded, she realized this was just the beginning. They had proved themselves in battle, but now came the real challenge, forging a lasting peace in a galaxy far more complex and dangerous than they had ever imagined. The stellar vanguard limped towards the Zarkon station, its hull scared but its mission far from over. The crew of the Earth ship had taken their first steps into a larger universe, and nothing would ever be the same again. The stellar vanguard docked with the Zarkon station, its once gleaming hull now scared and blackened. As the airlock hissed open, Captain Zora Khan led her battered but proud crew onto the alien structure. The corridor was lined with Zarkon, their large black eyes watching the humans with a mix of curiosity and newfound respect. High Commander Zix met them at the entrance to a large, circular chamber. Earth Captain, it said, bowing slightly, your actions have saved countless lives today. The Zarkon Council awaits to hear your words. Zara nodded, straightening her torn uniform. As they entered the chamber, she gasped. The room was a perfect sphere, with the floor, walls, and ceiling seamlessly blending together. In the center floated 7 Zarkon elders, their bodies adorned with intricate, glowing patterns. One of the elders spoke, its voice resonating in Zora's mind rather than her ears. "Humans of Earth, you have proven yourselves worthy adversaries against the Voidborn. But now we must ask, are you worthy allies?" Zara stepped forward, her voice steady despite her exhaustion. "Honored Council, we came seeking friendship and knowledge. We've shown our willingness to fight alongside you. Now we hope to work with you to build a peaceful future for both our peoples." The elders conferred silently, their glowing patterns pulsing in complex rhythms. Finally, the lead elder turned back to Zora. "Your words are noble, but words alone are not enough. We propose a test." Suddenly, the room around them shimmered and changed. Zara and her crew found themselves standing on a barren, rocky planet under a purple sky. The air was thin, and 2 small moons hung low on the horizon. "This is no illusion," the elder's voice echoed in their minds. "We have transported you to Nexus, a contested world on the edge of Zarkon space. Your mission is to establish peaceful contact with the native species and secure their alliance. You have 1 planetary rotation to succeed." Before Zora could respond, the Zarkon vanished, leaving the humans alone on the alien world. Raj quickly scanned their surroundings with his tricorder. "Captain, I'm picking up signs of a settlement about 10 kilometers north. The atmosphere is breathable, but gravity is 1.2 times Earth normal." Zara took a deep breath of the alien air. "All right, team. We've faced worse odds. Let's move out and make first contact." Again. As they trekked across the rocky terrain, the twin moons rose higher in the sky, casting eerie shadows. Suddenly, Raj held up a hand. "Captain, look." In the distance, a massive structure loomed. It appeared to be a pyramid, but it was inverted, balancing impossibly on its point. As they watched, sections of the pyramid rotated and shifted, revealing glimpses of a complex internal mechanism. "Incredible," Zara whispered, "a feat of engineering that rivals anything we've seen." As they approached the base of the inverted pyramid, movement caught their eye. Figures emerged from hidden doors, surrounding the humans. They were tall and slender, with 4 arms and skin that shimmered like oil on water. Their eyes were multifaceted, like those of insects. One of the aliens stepped forward, raising all 4 hands in what seemed to be a peaceful gesture. It spoke, a series of clicks and whistles that the human translators struggled to decipher. Zara mimicked the 4-armed gesture as best she could. "We come in peace," she said slowly, hoping their intent would be clear even if the words weren't understood. The alien cocked its head, then reached out one hand to touch Zora's forehead. Immediately, a flood of images and emotions rushed through her mind. She saw the history of this species, their struggles and triumphs, their fears of the encroaching Zarkon Empire. As the connection broke, Zora staggered, supported by Raj. The alien stepped back, its multifaceted eyes blinking rapidly. "You, not Zarkon," it said, the words now clear in Zora's mind. "You, new. Why here?" Zara steadied herself, realizing the alien had formed a telepathic bond, allowing them to communicate. "We are from Earth, a planet far from here. We've been sent to make peaceful contact with your people." The alien's skin rippled with colors. "Earth, unknown. But you fought Voidborn, ancient enemy. You, friend." Zara nodded. "We want to be friends, yes. We believe all species can benefit from working together, sharing knowledge and resources." The alien turned to its companions, a rapid series of clicks and whistles passing between them. Finally, it faced Zara again. "We are Nexians. Long we hide from Galaxy. But Galaxy come to us. Perhaps time to emerge. You help us. Protect from Zarkon." Zara smiled, feeling the first glimmer of hope since this trial began. We would be honored to help you join the galactic community on your own terms. Together, we can build a future of peace and cooperation. As the Nexians led them towards the inverted pyramid, Zora couldn't help but feel that this was just the beginning of a much larger adventure. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, and humanity was finally ready to take its place among the stars. As Zara and her crew entered the inverted pyramid of the Nexians, they marveled at the impossible architecture. The interior was a maze of rotating platforms and shifting corridors, all hovering in a vast open space. Gravity seemed to change direction at will, allowing the Nexians to walk on walls and ceilings with ease. The lead Nexian, who had introduced itself as Exile, guided them to a central chamber. Here, a holographic display of the galaxy spun slowly, with pulsing lights marking various territories. "This galaxy map," Exile explained, its voice a mix of clicks and thoughts in their minds, "shows all known species, but many dangers lurk in dark spaces." Zara studied the map, noticing Earth's position on the far edge. "You've known about many civilizations for a long time, haven't you? Why stay hidden?" Exile's skin rippled with dark colors. "Long ago, Nexians explored, found many worlds, many peoples, but also found great conflict, wars that burned stars. We chose peace in isolation." Raj stepped forward, his eyes wide with excitement. "Your technology is incredible. The way you manipulate gravity, your telepathic abilities. Earth could learn so much from you." Suddenly, an alarm blared through the pyramid. The galaxy map flickered and zoomed in on a sector near Nexus. Several red dots were approaching rapidly. "Zarkon ships," one of the Nexians cried. "They come with weapons ready." Zara's heart raced. This had to be part of the test. The Zarkon Council was pushing them, seeing how they'd react under pressure. She turned to Exile. "We can help you. Our ship, the Stellar Vanguard, has advanced defensive capabilities." Exile's multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly. "But you are few. Zarkon are many. How can you protect us?" Zara smiled confidently. "Sometimes, the best defense isn't in weapons, but in words. Allow me to speak with them." After a moment of silent communication with the other Nexians, Exile nodded. "We trust you, Earth Captain. But be warned, Zarkon not always listen." Using the Nexians' advanced communication array, Zara hailed the approaching Zarkon fleet. High Commander Zix's face appeared on a shimmering screen. "Earth Captain," Zix said, its tone sharp, "you overstep your bounds. Nexus is claimed by the Zarkon Empire. Stand aside as we bring these primitives into the fold." Zara stood tall, her voice firm. "High Commander, the Nexians are not primitives. They are an ancient and wise species who chose peace over conflict. We can all learn from them." Zix's eyes narrowed. "Pretty words, human. But the galaxy is not a place for the weak. Only the strong survive." "Strength isn't just about weapons or territory," Zara countered. "True strength comes from understanding, from working together. The Nexians have knowledge that could benefit us all. Instead of conquering them, why not form an alliance?" As she spoke, Zara noticed Exile and the other Nexians moving their forearms in complex patterns. The holographic galaxy map began to change, showing historical events, great achievements, and potential futures. Zix fell silent, its alien features unreadable as it watched the display. Finally, it spoke. Perhaps there is wisdom in your words, Earth Captain. But how can we trust the Nexians after they hid for so long?" Zara turned to Exile. "Would you be willing to share your knowledge with both Earth and the Zarkon, in exchange for protection and a place in the galactic community?" Exile's skin shimmered with bright colors. "Yes, time of hiding is over. Galaxy changes. We must change too. Together, we can face darkness between stars." Over the next few hours, Zara mediated talks between the Nexians and the Zarkon. It wasn't easy. Centuries of mistrust and fear didn't disappear overnight, But slowly, a framework for cooperation began to emerge. As the twin moons of Nexus set on the horizon, marking the end of the planetary rotation, a historic agreement was reached. The Nexians would gradually share their advanced technology and ancient wisdom. In return, Earth and the Zarkon would help protect Nexus and introduce its people to the wider galaxy. Zara watched as Exile and Zix signed the treaty, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. They had faced the challenge set by the Zarkon Council and exceeded all expectations. But even as she celebrated this diplomatic victory, a nagging worry tugged at the back of Zora's mind. The galaxy was vast and full of unknown dangers. The Voidborn were still out there, and who knew what other threats lurked in the darkness between the stars. As if sensing her thoughts, Xyle approached. "Earth Captain, this is only beginning. Great challenges lie ahead, but now we face them together." Zora nodded, squaring her shoulders. Whatever the galaxy had in store for them, Earth was ready to face it. The greatest adventure in human history was just getting started. The stellar vanguard glided through space, its hull repaired and shining once more. On the bridge, Captain Zora Khan stood before her crew, pride swelling in her chest. They had faced incredible challenges, from battling the mysterious Voidborn to navigating complex alien diplomacy. Now they were heading home to Earth, carrying news that would change human history forever. "Captain," Raj called from his station, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth Command. They're throwing us a parade." Cheers erupted across the bridge. Zara allowed herself a small smile. "Well done, everyone. But remember, our journey is far from over." As Earth grew larger in the view screen, Zora couldn't help but reflect on how much had changed. The Zarkon Council had officially welcomed humanity into the galactic community. The Nexians were slowly emerging from isolation, sharing their incredible technology and wisdom. And Earth was about to take its place among the stars. The ship entered Earth's atmosphere, descending towards the sprawling megacity that had once been New York. Flying vehicles parted to make way for the stellar vanguard, and crowds cheered from towering skyscrapers. As they landed in the central plaza, Zara saw the welcoming committee, the President of Earth, the Zarkon ambassador, and to her surprise, Exile, representing the Nexians. Zara led her crew down the ramp, straightening her uniform. The President stepped forward, beaming. "Captain Khan, on behalf of all humanity, welcome home. Your mission has opened up a new chapter in our history." The ceremony that followed was a blur of speeches, awards, and celebrations. Zara found herself shaking hands with leaders from around the world, answering countless questions from eager reporters. But through it all, a sense of unease nagged at her. Finally, as the festivities wound down, Zara managed to pull aside the President, the Zarkon ambassador, and Exile for a private word. "Distinguished leaders," she began, her voice low and serious. "While we celebrate today, we must also prepare for tomorrow. The Voidborn are still out there, and I fear they're just the beginning of the challenges we'll face." The President nodded gravely. "We've read your reports, Captain. What do you suggest?" Zara took a deep breath. "We need to form an alliance, not just between our worlds, but with every peaceful species in the galaxy. We need to share knowledge, resources, and most importantly, stand united against any threat." The Zarkon ambassador's eyes narrowed. "You ask for much, human. Many in our empire will resist such cooperation, and many of our people fear leaving isolation," Kekatile added, its skin rippling with concerned colors. "I understand," Zora said. "Change is never easy, but the alternative is facing the darkness alone. Together, we're stronger than any force in the universe." As the leaders debated, a commotion arose from the crowd. People were pointing at the sky, their faces a mix of awe and fear. Zora looked up and gasped. The sky was changing. Stars were disappearing, replaced by an inky blackness that seemed to swallow light itself. And in that darkness, something was moving. Alarms blared across the city. The Zarkon ambassador received an urgent communication, its face paling. It's happening across the galaxy. Entire sectors are going dark. Zara turned to the stunned leaders. This is it. The threat I feared. We don't have time for debate anymore. We stand together, or we fall alone. The president straightened, a look of determination crossing his face. You're right, Captain. Earth will lead the way. He turned to the other leaders. Will you join us? After a tense moment, both the Zarkon ambassador and exile nodded. Then let's get to work, Zara said, already planning their next move. We'll need every ship, every mind, and every resource we can muster. As the leaders rushed off to rally their people, Zara looked back at the darkening sky. Humanity had dreamed of this moment for 500,000 years, the day they join a galactic civilization. But no one had imagined it quite like this. Whatever was coming, Zara knew that this was just the beginning. The greatest challenges and adventures still lay ahead. But for the first time in galactic history, the species of the universe would face them together. With a deep breath, Captain Zarkon strode towards the stellar vanguard. There was no time to waste. The next chapter of their epic journey was about to begin, and the fate of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy hung in the balance.